Ask a trans person the gender of their pet, and then ask them how they can tell.
It is a cat.
Right here, yeah. The cat is a boy. How do I know?
Cats don't really have gender. They had just said that there's a way to check its gender.
Oh, that's how we fucking know.
This is the game that people need to start playing now. Just use their own logic against them and see the way everything that they've believed in crumbles before their very eyes. It doesn't make sense that you shouldn't assume people's genders, yet here they are assuming gender. How do you do that?
Hello, my name is Ace. I also go by Spade and Alex. A lot of people call me Marshmallow. I use any pronouns except for she, her, and I am the social media secretary of the Saline Middle School Gay Straight Alliance Club. This will be our first video, so we are doing a brief introduction of the membership. But other than that, have a good time here.
Hi, I'm Jinx. I go by they pronouns, and I am the vice president of GSA, and I am Cal's father.
I would never in a million years have guessed the people who believe in the things that they believe in would look the way they look.
There's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women, most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless.
I find it funny how people on The View are laughing at this, saying that men are useless, yet you're the same people who are in a studio which was more than likely built by men. But yeah, men are useless apparently.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, from your view, do you believe that gender exists?
Yes, gender exists.
How many genders are there?
I don't know. I haven't studied all of them. I know that gender exists. It's a thing.
So it's real?
Yeah.
And is it different than sex?
Yes, it is.
What's the difference?
Two different words, two different definitions. You know them. So we're not going to go through like the whole like questionnaire. This isn't like you questioning me and coming into my space doing that. You're going to say how you feel and talk about the background, or you're going to just leave.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. This is actually in relation to your topics on there.
Okay, right. So start with the topic, and you should have went down that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
So
you wanted to come up here and question me like you're that motherfucker guy daddy. Matter of fact.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You can't handle it, right? Yeah, you can.
Shout out to Eliezer for doing this video, because I found this absolutely hilarious. Because basically what happened in this video was he asked this person a question and he asked this dude a question, and what happened was, because of the fact that he couldn't answer the question, he begins to do the same old nonsense that all the people in the woke ABCD community do, and that's get angry because they can't defend the position that they're holding. And that's what we saw in this clip.
I feel seen as a queer, non-binary woman of colour.
I'm incredibly moved to be here today, because when you see this for real, it's absolutely incredible. And you see all those faces of all the people on there, and it just shows what a poor state of affairs things are for trans people around the world today.
I feel really happy to see so many incredible trans people all in one space, especially up there.
It feels incredible to be around community with a piece of art that connects trans and non-binary people in Mexico and in the UK.
I feel overwhelmed, but in the most joyous way. I feel seen as a genderqueer person who isn't usually seen as a trans person.
Art changes the world, and this is so needed.
Proud that we're part of the London skyline right now. It reminds people that trans people are here. We've always been here, and we always will be.
I've been getting confused by the fact that the community who says that they are oppressed and people hate them and society is against them are also the community that is celebrated nearly in every single thing you can think of. They're celebrated in movies, they have their own month, they're now getting statues placed up for themselves, yet they're oppressed. If anyone could help me think of a community or group of people who are oppressed in a society, yet they're celebrated basically everywhere, I would like for you to point that group out to me.
A problem with gender neutral bathrooms. At some point, cisgendered people figured out that they now had a nice private bathroom where they could go and take all of their dumps. It's gross.
What I don't understand is how in the blue hell can you, as someone in the ABCD community, tell whether someone is cis, even though we all know that's a fake term made up by crazy people, and how can you tell whether they are in the ABCD community unless they tell you so? I thought it was a case that we shouldn't be assuming people's genders, yet you seem to be able to do that just by looking at them. Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let us get back into the video.
Ban AR-47s. If you don't want to sign it, you don't have to.
I mean, I hate the Second Amendment, so.
What makes you hate the Second Amendment, and what makes you hate AR-47s?
Guns and dollars are probably the worst two things ever created by mankind.
If you hate money, you'll love this one. Raise taxes by 50% for anyone that makes over 100 grand and send it to Palestine.
Do I even need to say anything?
No, you don't.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Right. Legalize furry and animal marriage.
Yes.
What makes you want to sign that one?
Because honestly, our identity is only held in our mind. So if you identify as trans, or if you identify as gay, or if you identify as a cat. My daughter wore a hoodie that said, "I'm a cat," for years, and I bowed to that, you know? So
do you think they should be able to marry animals?
I think that's probably been a bigger part of our species than we're willing to admit. So I think you should be able to marry anything you love. So.
I just want to point out to everyone out there that this dude has kids.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
A man dressed as a woman walked into the toilet, so I was on my own in the toilets. He stood behind me and stared at me into the mirror, looking at me in my eyes. Now, I have no idea if he intended me any harm, but my instinct, my evolved instinct as a woman was to be frightened, because unlike almost any other species, women are far less powerful than men. We shouldn't be asking how easy is it for someone who's uncomfortable with their sex to obtain a GRC. We should be asking how easy is it for a predator to get access to children. And I'm afraid this bill would make it vastly easier for a predator to get access to children.
That speech was probably one of the worst transphobic dog whistle speeches that I've heard in an awful long time. The idea of linking trans people with predators, frankly, is disgusting, and you should be ashamed.
No, calm down. Yes.
No.
Did the chair hear anything transphobic in the previous speech?
I have to say to the Father of the House that, different colleagues, different members of this House are going to interpret speeches in different ways. And I suggest that what we do is move on quickly. I think the honourable gentleman...
I can see that this guy has no testosterone whatsoever running through his body, and that's why he said the nonsense that he just said.
I'm a black man. Do you believe that?
I don't have any ancestry DNA report to say not.
So you agree that I'm a black man?
I couldn't tell you that you aren't, but I couldn't tell you that you are.
Well, I thought you said you have to affirm whatever I say. That's what you were taught in the therapy.
We were told to, if someone wants to accept and be who they think they are, or who they actually are, we're supposed to sit there and be like, yeah, like I agree with that.
Well, I thought you said you have to affirm whatever I say. That's what you were taught in the therapy.
Do I agree with therapy? No, but...
Well, there you go.
But...
Well, there you go. You say, yeah, I don't really agree with what I was taught, because they were telling you to lie. And that's wrong to lie. We know that's kind of like a basic one, right? Is it's wrong to tell a lie.
It's wrong to tell a lie, but a lie you believe, is that truly a lie?
No, a person who unintentionally is saying, a lie is an intentional falsehood. So a person who is like let's say a trans identifier, some of them are unintentionally saying something that's false. But it's not that they're so they're not lying, they're just wrong. But you know that it's false. And so if you are taught that you need to affirm something that you know is not true, it's not about the other person being a liar. It's that they're trying to make you into a liar, and that's wrong.
We're just not going to agree.
It's fine. Then
That's
final
okay.
question. What is a criminal?
What is a criminal?
No, what is it? Would you agree with the definition that a criminal is someone who breaks the law?
Here's where I'm thinking. Here's the thing. I know how he's going to turn it, and I don't fully agree.
It's not a matter of turning it. It's a very ABC sequence. If they're not criminals, then tell me what a criminal is. And a criminal is obviously someone who breaks the law. Someone who comes across the southern border broke federal law, therefore they are a criminal.
Okay, then we can just disagree.
But you have to tell me what a criminal is, though. Trump! Oh, Trump, yeah.
Yo!
You got to come up to the mic. Okay,
She's right behind me.
yeah.
Have fun.
Can't tell me what a criminal is, yeah. It's so sad. It's because if you want to really get down to it, at the core, and she's a very sweet person who was there, the left cannot define core terms. Criminal, woman, racist, democracy.
I wouldn't consider that type of person a sweet person as Charlie Kirk said she is, because I know she's lying about what she said, and she knows that her position is stupid, yet she holds on to the stupid position that she believes in. So that person to me is not nice, because they're lying blatantly to your face and make you look stupid.
You know, I told him, like, I'm not having sex until I get married. Like, I just don't want to have sex with anyone like that, because I started getting closer into like my faith of knowing like my worth, and I just didn't want to like entangle myself with a bunch of people anymore at that point.
Wait, you said you were waiting until marriage to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been celibate for the past 4 years?
I was celibate until earlier last year.
What happened to waiting until marriage?
I fell into a really dark place in my life. But he was
that
going
needed to be fixed by sex, of course.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of men can agree when you needed your ego stroked. I needed my ego stroked. I was like not dancing anymore. He was no longer paying for anything. I was kind of like really losing myself again. And so, yeah, I had with someone. And
just him? That's the only guy you've
one
had
person.
sex
And then
with?
several months later, I started dating my now boyfriend. But we've been like on and on abstinent.
You cannot make any of this up. She's been on and off abstinent. Is that even a thing?
Opportunity. Shawinga, she's on her way. She's in the clear. It's Shawinga, 101. And she's done it. Of course she has. And she's done it. Of course she has.
If you pay the total of $1,668 in the initial 5-month period, it'll be fine. Or it'll cost you $6,000 over 18 months.
But the 360.
When did you get this? I want to do the math. We'll see. We'll see. Are you making that full payment?
In between May and July.
They have to. Well, the amount you will have to. I did misunderstand that. That's why I was trying to read it clearly. Do you even know what you got?
A PC.
You know, you did a little smile because you heard a producer chuckle. You know, he's not chuckling because you're funny. He's chuckling because you don't know what the you're talking about. That's your rent. For the first 5 months is $1,668. After that, maybe you can return it because you don't own it, but you don't get to keep it. But the only way to own it from them is to pay the full $6,007. What would you say? I think this is like a 2,500 PC, right, Jake? At most. Gosh. I listen. I've been bullying you. I have. It's a part of the show.
That's your job.
Well, that's kind of. It's a little bit of roast. Also, I get upset easily too, and I'm very passionate about this. So there's a mixture of all that. This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. But it comes from a kind place. You were trying to do something nice for the husband.
Yeah.
I get it. This is the dumbest fucking thing ever done in the history of the world.
These people vote. I am not surprised that Kur Starmer is engaging in this nonsense, and they wonder why England is the way it is when we have politicians like this doing the nonsense that they're doing.
The athlete that was standing next to me on the first place podium was a biological boy. All of those biological girls sitting up there next to me, our hard work and talent did not matter.
Analie Wilson, 14, came in second place at the 1600-meter race, losing to a transgender athlete. She said the moment she realized her opponent was a biological male discouraged her.
I felt like all my hard work that I had put in throughout the year didn't matter, and that it was just going to be forgotten.
Analie said she, her friends, and parents received threats for speaking out.
We have also been told that it will be our fault and that we will be the ones responsible if this transgender athlete takes their life. And then I was told that I am simply just not good enough, and that's why I placed second.
But the teen insisted the girls' and women's rights need to be protected.
Our female athlete voices need to be heard because we are the ones that this is personally affecting.
Now, I know this might sound bad to the people who are watching this video or to the people who will watch this video, but at this point, I don't really feel sorry for the women who are going through all of this nonsense, because it tends to be women who vote for this nonsense to happen, and then when it happens, they complain and cry about it. It's going to be the case that you're going to need to speak up more against the nonsense that's going on, or you're going to continue to suffer the consequences of your actions, and understand that men and women are not interchangeable widgets, and you can place men to do what women do and women to do what men do. It just doesn't work like that.
A lot to go over in this video, so please bear with me. First off, just because you're filming at the gym does not mean that everybody else has to stop their workout just for you, including putting their weights back. And secondly, you're a personal trainer and coach. How do you not know better than to work out directly in front of a dumbbell rack, let alone film in front of it? And if somebody does come along, you move immediately. And this man is nothing but nice to you, but you decide to put this post up anyway? Seriously? And what's even crazier is right after this, you post to advertise your challenge saying how you're so thoughtful and non-judgmental. Then immediately after that, you post this, making fun of this man on a treadmill. How thoughtful and non-judgmental. You know, I hope this gym sees this and kicks your ass out. You need to do better. Mind your own business.